Welcome to the Agentic AI series, where we build one agent piece by piece across its whole architecture. In this demo, we cover the run loop, memory and state, and orchestration. This is the big one, because a real agent is more than a single call, it's a process, and that process needs three things. First, the run loop, or runtime, the engine that calls the model, runs its tools, looks at the result, and goes around again until the job is actually done, instead of stopping after one shot. Second, memory and state, the context the agent carries within a run and across runs, so it can build on what it already found instead of starting from zero every time. And third, orchestration, coordinating several specialized agents and steps, one to do the work, one to evaluate it, one to fix it, into a single workflow that drives toward a result. Put those together and you stop having a clever one-liner and start having a system. It loops, it remembers, and it coordinates. This is also why Flow is the deepest part of the series. There's simply more machinery here than anywhere else, and it's the part that most looks like production. And that's the real lesson most people miss. An agent isn't one prompt in and one perfect answer out. A single model call is powerful but fallible, so you surround it several specialized agents that write, evaluate, and rewrite the loop, the guardrails and checks, the memory, the tools, and even a human in the loop rating the result so the system keeps learning. It was never really about the code. AI can write that now. It's about understanding the architecture, that a hard problem needs a coordinated system of agents. You don't point one agent at a difficult problem and count on magic. You build a system. From guardrails to flow. This one is bigger than the others, so we're splitting it into 4 parts. This is part 1, the overview. Up to now, every demo has been one agent doing one job. Now we wire several agents together into a workflow that corrects its own work. In this part, we meet the cast and walk the whole workflow end to end, so the next 3 parts can explore the subject deeper. So what is Flow? It's a self-correcting agent workflow. You ask a question in plain English, and Flow generates SQL, validates its own work, and fixes issues when necessary. Flow uses a multi-agent orchestration framework to continuously evaluate and improve its output until it meets a defined quality threshold. No handwritten SQL. Just ask a question, and Flow returns both the query and the data. At its simplest, that's the whole idea. You come in with a plain English question. Flow does its thing. Outcomes checked, validated SQL, along with the data it returns. No guesswork, no chatbot in the middle. One question in, a query, and its data out. The rest of this video opens that box, but even then we only touch a few of the many moving pieces inside. So let's open up that box. Inside, the SQLWriter drafts a query. The SQL evaluator scores it. Then there's a decision. Does it score high enough to accept? If yes, you get your answer. If no, the SQL rewriter repairs it, and it goes back to be evaluated again. Write, score, and, if it falls short, rewrite and try again. That loop is what makes this work.
If you're enjoying this, please like and subscribe so the next video finds you. Now let's keep going.
Here's the cast. 3 main agents, each with one narrow job. The SQLWriter drafts candidate queries from your request. The SQL evaluator scores each candidate for correctness. The SQL rewriter repairs the best candidate when it falls short. The supporting cast matters too. The error translator agent turns technical errors into plain English, and many other functions run throughout the workflow, each stepping in where it is needed to get the job done. Each one is simple on its own. The power is in how they work together. This is the full workflow. One orchestrator, whether you write it yourself or the framework provides it, sits in the middle and conducts. It calls the writer, the evaluator, and the rewriter, running the loop, and then it runs the winning query against PostgreSQL. One conductor, a few specialists, and a real database at the end. That's the shape of the whole workflow. Step back, and you can see the shape of the workflow. It loops, it remembers, and it coordinates. 7 phases turn one request into a vetted answer. Gather candidates, stored SQL matches from memory, plus freshly generated SQL drafts. Evaluate every one. Select the winner. Rewrite until it clears the bar. Run it against PostgreSQL. Save the winner to memory. And translate any errors. That's the overview. In the next part, we look at how that loop is actually wired.
Thank you for spending time with us. Like and subscribe. Stay sharp, stay Azurite. See you in the next one.